Good evening, everyone. It's certainly my honor and my privilege to be here, and it has been my honor and privilege to meet the Cadila family, starting with Chairman IAMICON, who served as a friend, as a mentor, and as someone with confidence to move forward with a joint venture project we have in India. For those of you who don't know StemSite is a global cord blood stem cell therapeutics company. We have operations in the United States, we have operations in Taiwan, and most recently we have a joint venture operation here in India with two outstanding partners, the Apollo Hospital Group and of course Cadila Pharmaceutical. And our operations are in Ahmedabad at the Apollo Hospital campus. So I'd like to take just a few minutes to tell you a little bit about the history of StemSite and what we have accomplished so far, and what the vision is and what the vision has evolved to be. So StemSite is a relatively young company. It was founded in 1997 by a Harvard-trained hematologist, pathologist, and it began operations in two locations, the United States and in Taiwan, in the year 2000, with a specific vision, and that vision was to build the largest and most racially diverse cord blood bank in the world to serve patients in need, all patients in need throughout the world. In 2000, actually through 2004, if you were anywhere in the world and you were Caucasian and you needed a stem cell transplant, you had a pretty good chance of finding a match for an unrelated stem cell source, whether it's bone marrow, peripheral blood, or cord blood. Robert Chow, who founded the company, had the vision that everybody needs to have this opportunity to find a match. And people that, transplant physicians, know that if you're trying to find an unrelated stem cell match for a patient, it's easier to find that match if you have a library or an inventory of the same ethnicity. So his vision was to build the largest and most racially diverse cord blood bank in the world. From 2004 on, I'm very proud that StemSite has been the recipient of funds from the US government to help build the racial diversity of a cord blood bank in keeping with the racial diversity of the United States. We had and started a cord blood bank in Taiwan, which gave us the largest Chinese cord blood inventory for treating patients in Taiwan and around the world. But there was one ethnicity that was clearly lacking, and that was to treat the Indian population. And that led to an initiative in 2006 from a very close friend of mine, Dr. Ram Bhatt, who was also an ex-Johnson & Johnson employee, to see if we could establish a facility in India. I had the unique opportunity to meet with then Chief Minister Modi several occasions and signed the Vibrant Gujarat MOU in 2007, and we were lucky enough and fortunate enough and hardworking enough, as Dr. Rajiv Modi said, you need all these things and a dose of luck to find outstanding partners that saw our vision and saw the need so that we could bring transplant medicine for patients of Indian ethnicity here in India and around the world, and we started operations in 2010. Well, I joined this company in 2003, and I thought that the mission and the vision that Robert Chow had started was absolutely on target. But I also thought that, and I went to my closest friend, Wise Young, who I had worked with in my last assignment at J&J, and I asked him if he thought that there was an opportunity to use stem cells sourced from cord blood to treat other disorders. All the disorders that are approved right now throughout the world are for hematopoietic or blood-related disorders. No one had looked at cord blood stem cells for regenerative medicine. And as good friends, we shook hands and decided that we would basically plant seeds for the future to see whether there was a potential for cord blood sourced stem cells. First in an area that he has worked on his whole life, which is spinal cord injury, and then any other disorders or regenerative medicine. Well, I think we've accomplished a lot since 2003. We now have the largest and most racially diverse cord blood bank in the world. We've provided transplants. These are life-saving transplants to over 2,000 patients in 300 of the leading hospitals in the world in over 35 countries. We have been working with a number of transplant physicians in India. In 2003, we found a young transplant physician in Taiwan that had gotten approval from his hospital and from the Ministry of Health to try unrelated cord blood to treat and cure beta thalassemia major. We decided to donate units to him. Within 18 months, he had done 35 transplants. The results were spectacular. He went to the Ministry of Health and got the law changed in the country of Taiwan to allow the use of cord blood to treat and cure children with many disorders, and specifically with beta thalassemia major. That, by the way, was one of the key things that I mentioned to then Chief Minister Modi, and his eyes lit up. And as soon as I finished our conversation and presentation to him, he picked the phone up and called his Minister of Health and had myself and Dr. Rambhat travel to his office and give the same presentation again. We've been able to start an operation here, and I'm very proud that we've accomplished the first child in India to be treated and cured of beta thalassemia major using an unrelated cord blood transplant. And we were able to train that doctor in best practices through Dr. Giacin in Taiwan. We have funded phase 1 and phase 2 in preclinical studies in conjunction with WISE for spinal cord injury. He has completed phase 2 trials in 41 patients, and as he said, many of these are now, the results are spectacular. And they are done at the highest level of clinical standards in the world. As a result of that, using mononuclear cells sourced from cord blood, we've gotten approval to do stroke. We also have one of the leading researchers in ophthalmology to look at age-related macular degeneration using mononuclear cells sourced from cord blood. We have initiatives underway to silence a specific gene in cord blood to help treat patients with HIV. So there's many, many things that are happening as a result of planting these seeds with people that you believe in, with people that are true partners of yours. And to me, the future is extremely bright. In fact, I asked WISE to join the board of StemSite India because both of us feel that with the partnership here, this is the ideal location to make many of these things a reality and an affordable reality. We have many, many opportunities in front of us. I think the future is bright, and quite frankly, I think that the practice of medicine will change and is changing as a result of stem cells. And I'm very proud to be part of it and proud to have partners like we have. Thank you very much.